All right, guys. Chris here, Parentless Painter. We're going to do a little bit of talking today about paints and watering them down. It's like the number one most asked question and things that people get wrong. So what we're going to do is first take one of my favorite colors. I really like Rich Gold. It's my go-to gold from Pro Painter. So, shake it up. And it works well with metallics. Now, the thing about metallics, or at least most metallics, is when you do add water to them, if you're going to use water and not a medium, I usually do water just because the mediums get stupid expensive and I get the same result. Now, there are some paints out there where you will not get the same result by adding water instead of their medium, but this one, it does pretty well. You're just going to do a single drop. Get yourself a little dropper from like dollar store, just a single drop. And when you add it, I don't use my fine point brushes or my normal brushes to mix it. I'll usually take something else. Let's see, one of my garbage brushes, something that's broken or not going to be around much longer. You know, something that's damaged. And then you're just going to mix it in. You're going to see it pull apart. You'll see the color change a little bit. Don't worry, when you spread it on whatever you're putting it on, the color will come back to normal. In fact, it'll apply really evenly, especially with these, the Pro acryl, whatever paints. And then when you dip it, you're not dipping the whole thing and it's not coming out like that. That's not what you want. You'll see how that just drains off. You'll actually take it, a little piece of it, and you will drag it up on the sidewall and let most of it run back down into the bowl. The water will actually evaporate, and as it evaporates, it gets, paint actually gets better. And you'll see the water and stuff come up to the center. It'll create like off colors on the top, but when you actually apply it, it's pretty sweet. Here, I'm going to do just a little bit of a drop, little dots on our jacks here. If you can see that. Cover all the little rivets. Especially on these like little super small details, don't freak out, especially when you're starting out. Like, nobody's going to be a Golden Demon painter, like award-winning painter right off the bat. If you are, you're a freak of nature and you tell me your secrets. But as you get better, you will just get better, and you'll get faster at these little details. But when you're doing these little tiny details like rivets and stuff like this on this, you want to make sure you get most of the paint off your brush. So a little tiny bit at the tip, and you want to make sure that you're not going to over paint that spot, right? You don't want to overpaint it where you're splashing out on the background of it. You're actually just going to get the top part. And don't worry about completely covering the whole piece. It's details. It's a tabletop, right? You're going to be placing this model over here, and unless you pick it up and actually are like inspecting it, which nobody does unless it's like their absolute centerpiece, and then people will be like, oh, can I look at it? Can I pick it up? Oh, let me see it. You know? And if you let them. But yeah, just take your time, go slow, learn how to do these little dots. It's one of the important parts of it, of learning how to do small, minute details. You also got to figure out, I find the more that I paint, you got to figure out what details. Some of these models have so much detail on them, which is why GW can charge what they want. That, and they have a corner of the market. But they've got so much detail on it, you're going to, at least for a long time, unless you really, really take your time and And pay attention to the models, you're going to miss half the detail on these models. There's just so much on them that people just gloss over when they do base coats, and they never realize it later. And just paint over, miss it. You know, all these little tools and stuff, a lot of times those just get completely glossed over. Pouches, the little buttons and stuff in the back, they just get missed.